Why were the Egyptians punished? Number one, because foreknowledge is not the same as approval. God foreknew what Egypt would do, but he did not force them to do evil. Pharaoh acted out of his own wickedness, cruelty, pride, idolatry, and exploitation. God knew that he would do that, but God didn't pursue them. When God sent Moses and to Pharaoh to tell him, let my people go, God directly acted in that. So we say that he brought his people out of the land of Egypt. He brought them out of slavery because he asked and said, let my people go. But God did not push the hand of Pharaoh to punish the Egyptians. Let's read the book of Exodus chapter 1, verse 11 to 14. It says, so they put slave masters over them to oppress them with forced labor. And they built Pithom and Ramesses as store cities for Pharaoh. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. So the Egyptians came to dread the Israelites and worked them ruthlessly. They made their lives bitter with harsh labor in brick and mortar and with all kinds of work in the fields. In all their harsh labor, the Egyptians worked them ruthlessly. Look at the lesson we are learning. Sometimes your boss at work is not treating you the way you should be treated. It does not mean that you should do mediocre work. Our God is not a God of mediocrity. He's a God of perfection. That's why the Bible says we shall be the heads and not the tail. We'll be above and not below. No matter what position you are in, work ruthlessly, deliver. Once I take on a job, even if the conditions are not favorable, as long as I accepted to take the job, I will deliver it to the best of my ability. That's what the Israelites did. They delivered. But you know, the Egyptians, they went beyond affliction to brutal oppression. They were killing Hebrew babies. If you look in the book of Exodus chapter 1, you read from verse 15 to verse 22. This is where all the firstborn males in of the Israelites in Egypt were killed. This is what happened. Now, the Bible says that God raised Pharaoh up, not to make him sin, but to display his power through Pharaoh's stubbornness.